All of that assumes the championship is between the Yamaha pair, but with the Suzuki boys in 4th and 5th, Chris Walker in 3rd place on 120 going well.
Chris Walker, your 2nd pole position of the year, and the first one was at Brands Hatch and you won the race.
Yeah, it'd be nice to be able to repeat the same. I was a bit lucky this time when I got a pole position. The weather conditions had a bit of something to do with it as well, but, you know, fingers crossed, a bit more luck today and we should be in with a shout.
Were the conditions good for qualifying?
No, not really. It was not raining, but it was spitting in the air on and off, and this track gets slippy real fast, and I think it was kind of more a psychological barrier to go fast rather than the actual conditions, but I just managed to get one in 5 minutes before the end of the session with a qualifying tyre, so I was lucky really. I mean, obviously everybody had the same sort of chance, but I think they were in changing the tyres while I was out there, and then it started to rain, so luck was on my side.
It certainly was. Half a second inside his own lap record pole position, unbelievably, on a slick tyre in the damp. Yamaha boys in the middle, Hayden completing the front row. Reimer, Bayliss and Reynolds getting better all the time, now recovering from that right heel injury. Similarly, Sean Emmett on the 3rd row with a very fragile left forearm, and number 13 Robinson, last of the factory riders, down there on row 4 with the privateers. 18 laps, 35.23 miles of the Donington Park Nationals. Oh, Rutter is on fire. The factory RC45, the exhaust system on fire. That must have taken fuel into the exhaust system. It's ignited, and there's nothing, absolutely nothing they can do about that. It disappears in a cloud of foam. The race will start without Michael Rutter, fresh from the Isle of Man TT, and a Supersports victory. Bad luck for Rutter then. He's sidelined as the field charges down towards Redgate. Number 11 HISLOP on the Yamaha. Right with him, Chris Walker, the pole position man. Simpson very well placed, the other Honda man. He's up there as well. Looking back from Terry Reimer at the number 6 Kawasaki of Ian McPherson. There is Neil McKenzie. There is Ian Simpson. So the Suzuki rider Reimer going very much better on the first lap of this 18-lap race. Number 7, Terry Reimer, the 6'2" Londoner. And Suzuki's running very well in 3rd and 4th, but race leader HISLOP in the early stages. In 2nd place, it's Walker. Both of them go well round here, in particular Roger Burnett. Chris Walker, he knows the circuit well.
Well, Chris is the current lap record holder, of course, on the Kawasaki there, on bike number 2 in 2nd place, but the man in front of him, Steve HISLOP on bike 11, sustained quite a heavy tumble this morning. He fell at McLean's and has damaged his hand quite badly, so we must watch for that during the race to see if it affects his performance as McKenzie goes up the inside of Terry Reimer, so McKenzie picks up a place. Now in front of him now, there's James Hayden on the other factory Suzuki, doing a remarkable job in this Motorcycle News British Superbike Championship.
HISLOP leads, Walker in 2nd, McKenzie's going for 3rd, McKenzie's favourite passing place up the inside of Redgate. Into 3rd place then goes the reigning champion. Now another interesting point, Steve HISLOP is wearing Neil McKenzie's spare leathers, in fact his old leathers, so it'll be a bit galling for the champion when he gets up behind his teammate to see his own name written over the back. That's what he's got to do though. He's in 3rd place at the moment. Pops a wheelie, back from Terry Reimer, chasing now the number 32 yellow Ducati. Troy Bayliss, the Australian, who has learnt this circuit ever so well, and he closes on the back of Terry Reimer. The Ducati, though, loses a bit on the Suzuki, driving out of the turns, and in a straight line when it comes to all-out speed, the Suzuki is very quick. Watch how it goes away. There you are. Troy Bayliss left a little bit on the sidelines as away goes Terry Reimer, number 7. HISLOP 11, though, leads. Walker, number 2, still in 2nd. Fastest part of the circuit down. 3 gears now, possibly even 4 gears into the chicane. Right, left they go, onto the straight, down towards Redgate. It's McKenzie in 3rd. Is he going to pull out and go past Walker on the right-hand side? No, 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 not this time. Chris Walker is wise to McKenzie's move. James Hayden, Roger, going very well in 4th.
He certainly is, but Troy Bayliss there on bike 32, the yellow bike in screen now, has got a problem. He came over the line in 6th place and he's now down to 11th.
We are not yet halfway through this Motorcycle News British Superbike Championship, and just look how close the leading protagonists are. Gone are the days when we had small grids and 1 or 2 quick men. Everybody out there is immensely talented. The factories have responded by providing everyone with the correct machinery. This is a factory Suzuki, and look how smoothly it's going in the hands of Terry Reimer. Number 7, Reimer, the red helmet. Slipping off the back now of the leading 4, because number 8, James Hayden, his 25-year-old teammate in the blue there behind McKenzie, is driving his Suzuki very, very hard in 4th place and going for 3rd. McKenzie's alongside Walker. Hayden's on the inside of the pair of them. Can he hold the champion? Oh, unbelievable on the brakes. Hayden did 2 in 1 go there at the chicane and now sits in second place. McKenzie would have been thinking, well, I'll move up one here nicely, then I'll get Hislop in my sights, and zap, up the inside comes James Hayden. McKenzie returning the compliment at his favourite overtaking place, and he breaks all the rules, Roger, when he goes into Redgate on the tight line.
Well, I've watched Neil McKenzie at Donington Park for a lot of years, and he's capable of passing anybody at Redgate Corner. Donington is Neil's favourite circuit, and he's had a number of successes here, including great Grand Prix results.
We don't know, he's had a misfire, and then he just suddenly set on fire, so, you know, I don't know. Didn't look in too good.
It certainly isn't looking too good for Michael Rutter, and I don't really see what he's got to smile about, because the Honda was on fire, and those are factory engines in those bikes. But nevertheless, he goes one more time in round 10. Meanwhile, round 9, a wheelie from race leader Steve Hislop. McKenzie, though, hot on the chase now, breathing down the neck of his arch rival in this championship. 95 the winner for Hislop, 96 and 97 the wins for McKenzie in this championship. So he's going for 3 in a row, and he's making it very clear that he wants it. On the inside of Redgate, he made Steve Hislop pick the bike up, and James Hayden there waiting to collect all the pieces. We're at Coppice, number 30, in all sorts of problems. Local man John Ward parking his Ducati very unceremoniously at Coppice, but the race goes on, so he's out of the privateer running. We're now on board with John Reynolds, the number 4 Ducati. Look at Reynolds having recovered now from that injured right heel, but he admits freely that he's only 95% fit, and he's not yet used to riding at race speed, and that's pretty important, Roger.
Well, I spoke to him before the racing started today, and these guys are very fit that ride these superbikes, but I would have raced John Reynolds over 100 metres. He's literally hobbling. He's not fit at all. As we look at Jamie Robinson there on bike 13. Now we're back with John Reynolds, and we can see the view that John Reynolds has got as they go through the start and finish now down to Redgate on the Ducati, down 2 gears into Redgate Corner, 90 miles an hour, and John Reynolds passes Jamie Robinson to move up another place.
This is also the local circuit for John... What? That's McKenzie! Neil McKenzie, race leader. Oh, look, his body language says it all. He's out of it. He's thrown it away. Lost the front end at the old hairpin. Hislop now, they're on their last lap. Hislop and Hayden. Hayden was narrowly in front of Hislop. Hislop's fought back. Checkered flag in sight. What's James Hayden going to do, though? He's brilliant here at the chicane. He leaves his braking very, very late. Steve Hislop knows it. Hislop's quick as well as they go in. Hislop's gone too wide. He's on the ground. Oh, he stayed on 2 wheels. My goodness me. Where's Hayden? Hislop has got the win. 25 points for Hislop. He now leads the championship. Look at that. Hayden can't believe it. What a great race those two had. Chris Walker gets 3rd. Fantastic. Look, Hislop shaking his head, can't believe. He's saying, what happened to Neil McKenzie? Brilliant, brilliant stuff. The Kawasaki man, number 2, Chris Walker, he knows that was a tough race. Confirmation of Hislop's win. Hayden, that's the 2nd time on the podium for him this year. Walker 3rd, and Bayliss recovered remarkably to 4th after that mid-race hiccup. Reimer, the other Suzuki, McPherson, Emmett rode well, and Reynolds, the 2 red men together. Sporting stuff from Hislop as he picks up Neil McKenzie, knowing he's in front. What a race from Hislop. Well, just how far is he in front? 12 points, there it is. He now leads the championship, not yet halfway through. Chris Walker still in 3rd, very much in touch, but Hislop's king of the castle, complete with injured hand.
I got a good start, and I was trying to set the pace, but I was actually about 4 laps into the race. I was really struggling to stop the bike, and I was running wide, and I was pleased when Neil came past and James came past. I got settled a little bit, and then when I seen Neil fold the front, I thought, God, I could get a win here, good points. So I just tried to pressurise James, and he made a couple of mistakes, and I mean, even the last chicane I made a big mistake, but I kept it upright.
Was your hand a problem?
It was a little bit, but hopefully I'll be a bit more pumped up for the next race now.
Dave Hill gave Honda its first privateers win on that V-twin. That's going well. Max Vincent, a local man, in 2nd, and the rest of the privateer result, as you can see, some of them a lap adrift. A delighted Steve Hislop shakes the bubbly, but would he be celebrating quite so vigorously if McKenzie hadn't slid off?
Neil, an uncharacteristic mistake, or was it a mistake?
Well, I crashed, so that's not good. I had a couple of seconds lead, but we used the front tyre that I tested in the morning warm-up, but we didn't really test it at race pace, and I was pushing the front a fair bit earlier on in the race, and I felt quite comfortable, but I turned into the old hairpin and lost the front and went down, so rider error, I went down and lost the race, a bit unfortunate.